Remember, we started off in the first part. We asked why, before introducing the four lashonos, the four expressions of geula, of redemption, why did Hashem open up with this? Lochein, I swear, lashon of swearing, and Mar Livnei Yisrael Ani Hashem, like a introduction. Because you know why? Because that is the hakdama. Hakdama l'bsuras hageula hi shereishis kol yedu shani havaya. Hashem shel chesed v'rachamim, shanhagam Yisrael hi b'chesed v'rachamim. Before I get to the geula, I need you to know what my relationship is with you. Lochein, therefore I swear, you should know that I am committed. Tell B'nai Yisrael, I am committed that Ani Hashem, my relationship to you is Yud Kei Vav Kei Chesed Rachamim, and that's why I'm going to redeem you. Not because you're worthy, but because you're not worthy, and I want you to know that in a state of not being worthy is when I'm going to go ahead and turn over the world for you. Tashrish bahem ha'emuna she'ani misnagi mohem tameh b'chesed v'rachamim. That's why I'm telling you, l'chein emor livnei Yisrael. Therefore, you have to go and tell them this, because without vayamei na'am, we wouldn't have the b'schus emunah negalu aviseinu mitzrayim. Like we said before, it wasn't the schus of the emunah that we believe that God exists. We knew God exists. It was the schus of believing that God cares about us. That's the emunah that was the schus. And that wouldn't happen. So Hashem says, Emar livnei Yisrael. Tell them that I am Hashem. I am going to love you. Tashrish, ingrain this message in them. We have to ingrain this message into ourselves and into our children. Some people are scared of this message. They say, I don't want my kids to know that Hashem loves them no matter what, because then that's a reason to sin. Why should they be so good if they know that God's going to love you no matter what? So first of all, you're scared to tell them what the Torah says? Hashem wanted us to know. We're going to learn this 100 different ways where Hashem gave us messages to know that His love for us is unconditional. You're going to hide the truth that the Torah says. You're going to hide it from your children because you think you're outsmarting God? The Torah wants us to know B'nai B'chayr Yisrael. The Torah wants us to know Banim Atem L'Hashem Elokeichem. It's unconditional. Hashem took us out of Mem Tashari Tumah to prove that. Hashem changed the world, Marechas HaTeva, to prove that He loves us even in messed up situations, because that's the basis. On that, nothing else can be. You sin a couple of times and you give up. If not for that, you're going to outsmart that. You're going to hide the truth from your children. The respirator, the oxygen that they need for their whole life to be ingrained into them, and without that they can never really come back to Hashem because they're going to sin eventually and they're going to think God doesn't love me anymore and it's over. You're going to hide the truth from them, and second of all, it doesn't work that way. So small-minded. Oh, if they're going to know that God forgives them, what, they don't know about Yom Kippur? They don't know that Hashem forgives you? Ani Hashem? He says, Hashem, I created this day in order to forgive you from all your aveiros. Don't tell them, because then why shouldn't you sin more? No. The more you appreciate your relationship with someone and how much they love you and invest in you, the more you want to please them. And besides, we don't do it just to please Hashem. We do it because we're invested. We want to be good. And the Yetzer Hara tells us, oh, you already sinned, you messed up, do more aveiros. The whole thing, the whole thinking that they have is so krum, is so backwards. I'm gonna want to be Mechal Shabbos if I think Hashem is going to forgive me? What, I don't want to do the right thing? I don't want to have a better life? I don't believe in this, that this is the best life? I don't want to please Hashem? I don't want to end up in Gan Eden, or I'll end up there, He'll forgive me? I don't buy into the whole thing. I'm only not going to do bad because I think Hashem's going to cut me off and barbecue me? It doesn't work anyway. Hashem knew it doesn't work. That's why he gave us all of this knowledge and information. Our children need to understand that the love that Hashem has for us is unconditional. That is a motivating factor to want to be close to someone. To pick yourself up when you fall. Sheva yipal tzadik v'kam. And not to give up. You think your kid is going to be the one in 100 generations that never sins? Of course they're going to sin. And how are they going to feel afterwards? Because afterwards the Yetzer Hara is going to say, Hashem doesn't want your tefillah. Hashem's not interested in you. You fell, you did shmutzi aveira. That's the Yetzer Hara. You have to fortify them now with the emes that it's not true. Like the Nesiv Shalom brings down from previous generations. I don't remember if it's Kubrin or Lechovich. I think it's Kubrin. That the Heilige Kubrina said, if after you do Aveira HaChamura B'yoyser, if you just sinned, Aveira, a sin, HaChamura B'yoyser, and you're not ready right then to stand up and daven before Hashem, you think Hashem is not interested in hearing your tefillah? Hashem is not interested in hearing from you? You haven't tread over the threshold of understanding what this religion is all about. Loidarchu raglav al miftan hayadus. You think that Hashem is ever not interested in you? That's the Satan, that's the Yitzhar that puts it, oh, you did such a bad Aveira, don't daven. Now you're going to daven? You're two-faced. All of that stuff is the Satan. So Hashem is starting off by saying, we have a problem. I need you to tell them that I'm going to redeem them. And boy, am I going to redeem them. With Dalad L'Shainis, V'Litzesi, V'Lakachti, V'Yitzalti. Unbelievable. But before that, they're not going to believe that. You need to first ingrain in them that I am Hashem Yudkei Vavkei. I am going to treat you with chesed and rachamim, even though you spit in my face and you're Ovdei Avodah Zarah. V'zu akdama l'dalad l'shainis of geula. Yes, this is akdama. L'chein amor l'vnei Yisrael and Hashem. To teach us, tashrish bohem, ingrain in them the belief, sha'ani misnaigim bohem tamid b'chesed v'rachamim. I am always going to deal with them with chesed and rachamim. Tamid. It's never going to change. There's nothing that you can do that's messed up enough that's going to take away Hashem's strength to deal with you the way that He wants to deal with you. They should have the emunah bihira, the clarity of faith in God's love to Am Yisrael. She'azei nafka mina. There is no difference in heim kain chaytim oiloi chaytim. It doesn't matter at all if we sin or not. If we are sinning or not, that does not affect this connection, the respirator, the love that He has for Klal Yisrael. Again, v'tiyah lahem emunah bihira. We should have clarity of faith. Be'ahavas Hashem liYisrael, and Hashem's love to Klal Yisrael. That there's no nafka mina. It doesn't matter at all if we are sinners or we are not sinners. Kila olam ein HaKadosh Baruch Hu mashlech Yehudi me'ita yisbarach. Forever, no matter what, Hashem does not throw away a Jew from Him. Ula'achar hadalad l'shaynis shel geula nemar. And what does it say after the dalad l'shaynis shel geula? I'm going to do all of these crazy, amazing things. I'm going to save you, v'yitzesi, v'hitzalti, v'goalti, v'lakachti. And then what does it say? V'yodatem, and you shall know. Ki ani Hashem alekeichem. V'hainu koloshen chazal ba'avis. This is like the lashon of Chazal in Masechtas Avos. Chiba Yisera noidas lohem liYisrael shenikru banim la'makom shenemer banim atem Hashem alekeichem. There's an extra love that Hashem Chiba Yisera that He told us. He didn't withhold that information. He told us Koloi Chiba Yisera zeh. What is the Chiba Yisera? What is the extra love? Shenoidas lohem, that I'm letting you know. Thank you, Hashem. Thank you, Hashem. That you have such extra love, that you don't just love us, the extra love is that you're going to tell us how much you love us. As that He went ahead and He let it be known. Our tremendous maila that we have, that we are banim lamakim, we are children of Hashem. Shechiba Yisera noidas lohem, ki ani Hashem alekeichem, ani hu alekim shalachem. This is the message that Hashem opened with. You need to know Bihira, clarity in Emunah, that there's nothing you're going to do that makes Hashem any drop less interested in you. What's the number one tool of the Yitzhahara? That he tells us that when we fall and we sin, we're human, we make mistakes. Ein tzadik ba'aretz she'asa tov v'lo yechte. He says, Reb Chaim Kanievsky, soll sein gesund, right? Hashem is interested in him, but you? Yeah. Or if a person is struggling with big Aveiras, Chil Shabbos or whatever it is, then for sure on top of the Aveira comes afterwards the Satan, puts on a white beard, a big streimel, and looks like a big tzaddik and says, you're going to do a mitzvah now? You're not embarrassed of yourself? And with that, he pushes a person away. Nidach, he's cast away. No, Hashem says no. Lebal yidach mimenu nidach. Your Averis you'll deal with, you'll do tshuva on. You're not any less wanted to sit here around me and to pray to me and to serve me and to have a relationship with me in spite of the fact that you struggle and you sin.